I just saw one of the craziest headlines I think I have seen in a long time. This guy is, well, I'll just cut right to the point. He tried to smuggle 132 pounds of methamphetamine through the Tampa International Airport. What makes a man do that? What makes a human person with a functioning brain think that's a good idea to do? I don't know, but I just had to talk about it a little bit because that's crazy. So, like I said before, this happened in Tampa. Although this was no Florida man, this was not an act of terrorism. this was a this was a California man. So a Californian, he really wanted to get that 132 pounds of methamphetamine through that international airport. You know, one of the most locked down places in a lot of the country. A California man was recently sentenced to over 24 years in prison after U.S. Attorney Greg Cahill said he attempted to move 132 pounds of methamphetamine through the Tampa International Airport. Look, he was just trying to get those performance enhancers to the other countries. Come on. How else are they supposed to have their city hall meetings, their school board meetings, and everything like that without their performance enhancers? Let's not undersell the importance of his mission, but who am I to say? The case against Jacob Paul or Jonah, I don't know. Arjona, I think, 32, of California, began in May 2023 when two men were stopped at TPA. The two men, Hernan Cruz Moreno and Austin Ortiz Sanchez, had their luggage packed with methamphetamines and were arrested at the airport. Because you can't have meth, I was just going to say in the airport, but you just can't have meth, period. It's kind of just, against the law, but, I don't know. I don't think that they could fit 132 pounds of methamphetamine up two men's assholes, but I guess that's their next plan, is how they can smuggle it into the jail. But Homeland Security investigations tested the packaging and found a fingerprint that matched Arjona, Cahill said in a press release. Court documents describe how Arjona recruited. Fuck, Jesus Christ. Just thinking about that much meth it's causing my brain to get fucking scrambled here. Jesus Christ. Court documents describe how Arjona recruited the other two men to transport the drugs while he traveled to Florida separately to oversee distribution. The investigation into his case also helped the Drug Enforcement Administration connect him to an unrelated October 2023 drug and kidnapping case that took place in Holiday, Florida, the press release said. Okay, so this guy's a bad guy, but, I don't know what he was thinking. He's not exactly a smart kingpin, but he's a kingpin nonetheless, I guess, Arjona is facing prison time for a third case, a methamphetamine and kidnapping case for which he is currently serving 17 years. His 24-year sentence for conspiring to distribute and possession of methamphetamines with intent to distribute will run concurrently with his other sentence. Illicit narcotics like methamphetamine pose a grave threat that destroys lives, tears families apart, and undermines the safety and well-being of neighborhoods across the country. You don't say. You don't say. Man, these DARE commercials really worked on these DEA agents. They. Okay. You don't fucking say. Said HSI Tampa acting assistant special agent in charge. What a fucking mouthful of a title that is. Christ. Michael Calvo, HSI, alongside our partners at Tampa International Airport Police Department, are dedicated to stopping these criminals from importing and devastating effects of illegal drugs into our communities. what a hero. They say not all heroes wear capes. This brave soul here, he proves that every day by stopping the guy who put 132 pounds of meth in his fucking suitcase. I think anyone that opened a fucking suitcase before could tell you, yeah, I don't think these bags of crystals should be in here. I don't. Regarding the two other men involved, Cruz Monterrey pled guilty and is currently serving a 7-year sentence, while Ortiz Sanchez fled after being released on bond and remains a fugitive, the press release said. Alright, so he's out there, sleep in fear. Can't be too careful. He's going to pack up. He should have known the limit was 131 pounds. He's going to try and do it again. He's going to try to get that 131 pounds out. Just ship the other through the USPS or something. I don't know. My God, that's hilarious. I don't know how you think that that's a good idea. I mean, Walter White's got some serious. He's got some serious fucking competition now at this point. But I don't know what goes through your head when you. I don't know. He must have been getting high on his own supply or something. There's no way you can convince me otherwise, because there's no way there is no way there is no way that he didn't think that the TSA or someone that opens the fucking bags was gonna think that, yeah, this is fine to go through. This is fine. Like what was the plan? What was the plan? I don't understand. What was the plan when you get to the airport and the police and the TSA, they rifle through your fucking belongings and make sure you don't have any contraband like shampoo or, God forbid, toothpaste. Man, those are sometimes even worse than that 132 pounds of meth. I mean, you could be smuggling anything in there, really. But, yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I just thought that this was just a hilarious thing, and I don't know. I wanted to talk about it because that's crazy. I think that'll wrap up today's video, so, yeah. So if you liked it, you can leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. And if you really liked it, you can hit the subscribe thing. It'll be on the screen right now, I guess. And then if you want to also watch another video, it'll also be on screen. So, yeah. With all that out of the way, fuck you all. Don't try to smuggle 132 pounds of meth in your luggage. You will get caught. And have a good night.